Enzo Fernandez was meant to be a Chelsea player. Enzo Fernandez was meant to be Chelsea's record signing, 127 million euros. Every single reputable journalist, from Di Marzio to Fabrizio Romano to Ornstein, actively said this deal is hot and it's about to happen. It's leaning towards completion. But then the truth comes out. And the truth is not only embarrassing for Chelsea, it shows that we've got a long way to go until this board can be taken seriously by a lot of people, especially this fan base. Oh yeah, and to make matters worse, Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1. Welcome to Chatting Breeze, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Let's break it. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. As you can see, I'm back in my office. I'm back in my home. I am back off holiday. I've got the holiday blues. I really wish I was still in Madeira, but sadly, I have to be back here, and I'm here doing what I love. I'm here doing the video. So before we get started, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You will enjoy this. I can guarantee it. We're aiming for 1,000 likes, 2023. Let's start it properly. But in today's video, I can't be angry with the team's performance today, because the team's performance today was one of a team that is mid-table. And that's what we are right now. We're a mid-table side playing against the title contender. We gave it a good thought. We rolled our sleeves up nicely, you know them ones. But sadly, it wasn't enough, and individual errors cost Potter today. Potter was good. Potter's game plan was good. The team was good. But when you have Aspi at right back, and you got Cucurella falling asleep, and you got Kepa seeing it like he's a sailor that went to CCC, like and turning around left, right, and center, what do you expect to happen? He literally was looking at it as it went past him, and 1-0. Absolutely embarrassing from Chelsea. The performance was good. The way they lost this game was poor. So we will break the game down with the good, the bad, and the downright ugly as we normally do. But let's start with this Enzo Fernandez deal. So reports were coming out about Enzo Fernandez being a done deal to Chelsea. A lot of people even said the deal was signed and agreed verbally. The deal is orally signed and agreed. The deal is absolutely signed in preliminary status, where the letter went out to Benfica, and Benfica agreed the fee. They signed it that yes, we're not going to renegotiate when you get here in good faith. What happened? Well, the story that are coming out, I can't believe what I'm going to be telling you guys right now. So grab your popcorn, because this is unbelievable. So like I said, we knew that Chelsea were about to sign him for 127 million euro. We know that Enzo Fernandez has a release clause of 105 million euro. Yes, Chelsea were actively going to go and buy him, or they were going to up the price, pay it in installments, because we know release clauses have to be paid in advance. And remember, guys, I said this in my videos, right? We are playing with financial fair play. Like, how are we going to avoid it? The only way we're going to avoid it is by getting him on a crazy contract, a big boy contract, and spreading these payments out the way we did with Badiashile, right? 7.5-year deal, 6.5-year deal, spread the payment, goes out for ages, and then after, you can almost justify it on financial fair play. Yeah, we're going to repay it in 7 years. But what happened? Bowley, Verville, and Igbali, brothers, what are you doing? You should be ashamed of yourselves. The way they handled this is absolutely disrespectful to Benfica. And when Benfica's manager comes out and says, number one, we never wanted to sell Enzo. We don't want to sell Enzo. We want Enzo to stay. Number two, you made the player act crazy. That's what he said. Basically, we went and chatted up someone's bird. We went and to somebody that has a girlfriend, a wife, a partner, a fiance, and we said, you know what, I like you, I really do. Let me sell you the world, let me sell you the dream. And all of a sudden, this individual decides, you know what, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. The grass could be green over there. Why don't I go over there? Look at how much someone's chasing me, someone's courting me properly. And then, when it came down to it, we pulled out. And this is ridiculous. This is stunting from Chelsea. This is absolutely embarrassing from Chelsea. Chelsea told Benfica they were going to pay the deal. They get to the table, they put a bid of 87 million pounds. No, they didn't put the full release clause even. They didn't even reach the installment phase of the conversation, because Rui Costa said, what are you talking about? You've got 48 hours to come back with a proper offer. And they couldn't do that. I'm not saying this deal is fully dead, because Bowley might wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, this is too much of a PR disaster. We have to get him now. This deal is as good as dead, in the sense that Benfica do not appreciate being treated like mugs. This is an elite football club. We might in England not appreciate how big Benfica is. On the continent, they are massive. In Europe, They are known to be a great, fabulous club. And the disrespect Chelsea showed Benfica, they treated them like bottom feeder clubs. Like clubs like where you rock up and they are desperate for money and they're going to take it. Benfica don't need money. Benfica sell players at a crazy profit on a consistent basis. Yeah, so if you actually think you are going to go and bully Benfica like that, you got another thing coming. But what do we expect from an organization that is new, 5 months in, and they think they can just flag their money around and go and acquire a player? No, people know you got money, so they're going to push your buttons, and now you're going to pay and suffer in the embarrassment that you're doing. Enzo Fernandez will not be a Chelsea player unless something drastically changes. Those sources are all in the mud, from Fabrizio Romano to Di Marzio to all the other Argentinian outlets, Portuguese outlets, English outlets that were reporting it with so much vim. And the fact that it's so public is even more embarrassing. The fact that we on this channel knew so much about what was going on behind closed doors, only to find out Chelsea were playing themselves the whole time. Absolutely embarrassing. On another note, Badiashile has been announced on a 7.5-year deal. We've spoke about him a lot because everything we do these days is very public. Everything we do these days is non-discreet. We already knew he was signed. Fabrizio Romano basically leaked it when the medical was done. All you need to know, he's a £38 million signing, euro signing, signed a 7.5-year deal. He's going to be here for the long term, and I can't wait to see him play. I can't write. Someone new, someone fresh, someone that we can get behind, a good prospect for the future. But now, let's talk about the good. I was going to start with the good, but I'm going to start with the ugly. And the ugly is, this is the new Chelsea. Like, we lost today due to individual mistakes. Yes, a lot of you are going to say that's not new. Yes, a lot of you are going to say, Alex, what are you talking about? This has been always happening. But today, when we went 1-0 down, no way did I feel like we were coming back. We had a good performance in the first half, but the ugly truth was, what did you expect when you have Azpilicueta at right back? You got Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. And yes, a lot of people are going to say Kepa's been outstanding this year, Alex. Kepa's been great this year, but a leopard can't hide away from his spots for too long because they'll eventually come back out. And in this case, when you look at it, Kepa's mistake was coming. It was a matter of time, wasn't it? Kepa has no awareness about him. I have no idea what he's even trying to do. I've rewatched it 3 times, showed it to my girl. My girl said to me, what is he trying to do there? I said, I don't know. I genuinely have no clue. The ball is crossed. Aspi firstly has to come closer. Azpilicueta needs to get his arse tighter across and prevent the cross from coming in. First mistake. Second mistake, Kepa, criminal. Absolute criminal. Lies down, he gets that ball. And it's not even fizzed across to the point where you're like, oh, you know what? He missed it. He couldn't do something. Didn't try. Didn't even try. He let it go, suave, like he's on his honeymoon, put his arms back, watches it, and then Cucurella falls asleep. And a lot of you are going to say, Cucurella has to do better there. Yeah, he 100% has to do better. But you know what? I swear to God, he should not be expecting his goalkeeper to leave it like that. He should not be expecting his goalkeeper to leave it like that. That's the first mistake. And that's the first ugly truth. And number 2, this is the ugly part. We've got 9 bloody injuries now. 9 bloody injuries, and things aren't getting better. And it's to the point now where Pulisic, who started the game well, hurt. Sterling, big boy signing from the summer, hurt. Fofana, Reece, Kante, hurt. Mason Mount, Jorginho, hurt. Bruh, this is becoming a big problem. We are getting too many injuries. We are like that dead NBA team that has a whole lot of decent potential old vets, yet they can't stay fit, so the team is useless. We literally need to sort this out. And finally, why on earth is Aubameyang still playing for Chelsea? Like, I look at Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and I go, you came because of Tuchel, and his performance was terrible to the point where a nice man like Potter, you know, you look at Potter, you're like, this guy doesn't have a bad bone in his body. He's super nice, always smiling, always looks at the benefit of doubt. Someone like that comes across as you can get multiple chances with this man. Like, he's not going to be a difficult man. Like, if he was a father, he literally would be like, you were late 10 minutes, don't worry. You're not going to get grounded, it's fine. Don't do it again, son. That's the type of man Potter is. He punished him. He took him off for that performance. Tells you everything you need to know. That performance from Aubameyang, and I don't even want to single him out, I really don't, because a lot of the guys were poor today. But Aubameyang's was lack of effort, lack of drive, lack of seniority. You're the big man. You're the big senior fish in this team. Step up. Nah, no stepping up. Absolutely lackluster, lazy performance. Comes on, here and there, couple loose touches, can't release the ball from his feet, few counter-attacks if he gets this pass right. Nothing, absolutely nothing. The good, you impressed me today, Chelsea. I'm not gonna lie to you. Today was a better performance than Nottingham Forest. Today was even a better performance than Bournemouth. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, Kai Havertz looked good in the 8 position. I really liked him playing in the 10/8, dropping into midfield, releasing the ball and getting involved, linking up play. He looks okay. He looks very good, actually. Not okay, I'm being very harsh. He looked good. He was releasing it. He was quick with it. He had a drive about his play today. He was very aggressive. You could see what it meant to him towards the end. There was a chance when Lewis Hall had it on the right-hand side. He took a shot and it ballooned it. Havertz was going crazy. Havertz was absolutely going crazy that the ball didn't land at his feet there. Because Havertz understands what it's like to be playing at a 10th place team. Leverkusen is a team that had to fight for every single point they had, right? They're not a great perennial team. They're a team with a big name, but they're not a team that consistently finishes top 4. They're a team that fought, and he came through that academy. He understands how important it is to win. He understands the mentality that it takes to be an efficient and takes pride in his work. A lot of these players, I don't think take pride in their work, I'll be honest. Number 2, what impressed me was our defensive shape. A team that played with 4 at the back, with Aspilicueta, they done well. First half, they done well. We done really well defensively in first half. We made them make 2 substitutes. Like, we forced them into a situation where they had to adjust. And we're a mid-table team. So for us to have played with a 4-2-3-1, Kovacic and Zakaria getting around the pitch, being difficult, absolutely scrapping for every single ball, we did okay. I can't be moaning here. I really can't. We didn't give them anything in the first half. Second half, they dialed it up and they cooked us. But it's Manchester City, and sadly, I've expected it now. What was nice to see as well, and this was one thing, Potter really emptied the bench. Amari Hutchinson and Lewis Hall, Chukwuemeka, both came. Chukwuemeka came on early, ahead of Conor Gallagher. He looked very good. Chukwuemeka hit the post, which was good, but it was the other things. It was carrying the ball, it was being brave, it was receiving the ball in tight areas, linking up with Havertz, carrying the ball into the heart of Manchester City's defensive midfield or their defense and just releasing it. He gave it to Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall skied it. Lewis Hall, energy, just doing things Cucurella wasn't doing at left back. Doing things that you expect a £60 million fullback to do, but he's not doing. And you know what? Lewis Hall deserves more minutes. And hopefully this weekend against Man City, he gets those minutes. And hopefully this weekend against Man City, he earns more minutes. Going forward, Premier League games, important games, Lewis Hall should be playing. You look at Omari Hutchinson, he looked a little bit out of place. He didn't look comfortable. He got bullied. But it's normal. He's a young kid. But you know what I really appreciated? Potter showed some balls. Potter showed some cojones. Some people say, you know, Potter doesn't have it in him. Like I said earlier, he's the parent that gives you multiple chances. He's not the parent that smacks you, like when you act up. He's the parent that says, don't do that again, honey. Don't do that again, sweetie. He's the parent that you can push that inch to a mile. Literally, every time you're going to push his buttons, he's not going to lose it. And yet, he lost this call today. He hooked the Aubameyang off, and I respected that. It showed me a little bit of backbone, and I really, really appreciated that. Chelsea at 10th. What can I say? I need to take little positives. The bad thing about today's game is, number one, the way we played in that second half, the first 15-20 minutes, was disgusting. Like, it was, Man City came out, they came out the blocks, and they were like, nah, this ain't happening to us. We are going to win this. We gave you chances. We gave you time on the ball. Now it's our turn to show you who the boss is. And they literally bossed us around. And it was so evident to see. And the goal was coming. It was just a matter of time. It was whether we could hang on to a 0-0 or we can absolutely lose the game 1-0. That's exactly the type of game we were in. And then what really irritated me, and I'm being a little bit nitpicky here, are over-reliant on playing out the back with players that can't do it. Zakaria, God bless him, is so talented at doing the hard things. The simple thing, can't do. Can't play the ball 5 yards with no pressure. When there's pressure on him, he'll dribble out of it. He'll use his feet, nice, neat, tidy. But then he gets out of a tight spot, release it. Nah, doesn't have it in him. Release it. Doesn't have it in him. Cucurella can't release the ball. I don't know what's happening with these players, but either his confidence is low, so they're overthinking everything, or they're just literally rattled and lost. I don't know who to blame. I don't think today's on Potter. Look, I give Potter the blame. Today is not on Potter. Like, this is not a Potter mistake. And a lot of you are going to say, Alex, what are you talking about? We've lost. We're 1-8. I don't think this is Potter's fault. But this was the Kavkas View. This is a long video. I still need to edit this and then go to bed and wake up and study. So I hope you lot appreciate this. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Yo, it's going to be a long season. But we're going to be here on the Kavkas View covering it together. So peace out. I'm out.